Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
A chaotic situation out of Castleton has come to a tragic end. Deputies responded to a home on 8th Avenue South around noon today on a mental health call. A perimeter was set up from Langer Avenue South to 9th Avenue South. Those streets were blocked off. A code red alert was issued to people living near that area. Eventually, the situation was cleared after the man was found dead in his home. No further details are being released. One of the two Fargo men accused of murdering a local food truck owner in June was in court today. 19-year-old Kareem Byrd is accused of gunning down Jason Halverson on the 300 block of 6th Avenue North. Byrd's attorney asked for more time and that the hearing be set to a later date due to the seriousness of the crime. Byrd's next hearing is set for December 19th. That sunshine we have been waiting for is finally here, and the temps, they're not too bad either. Hutch joins us now in your No Wait weather with a look at the rest of our night. How's it looking out there, Hutch?
Melanie, let's enjoy it while we can. A look around the region, Jamestown to Grand Forks, we're melting a whole lot of snow. The sunshine really going to work on temperatures for some as well. And where we have still a lot of snow on the ground, Dickey County in south central North Dakota still showing up on the roadside, as is the case in Devil's Lake, where it is the coolest, 49 degrees right now. We are celebrating 60 degrees here in the FM area, but hold on. Look at those clouds building out to the west. We do have a little bit of change coming our way as we go through the night and into tomorrow. But this evening, it looks breezy, but beautiful. We're talking temperatures sliding only to near 50 by bedtime. Remember, it'll be breezy all evening long for your Thursday evening activities. Grand Forks temperatures in the mid-40s by bedtime with breezy southerly winds. Will those clouds bring some showers? For some, yes. And I'll have the very latest in your hour-by-hour forecast on when and where we're expecting that chance here in a moment.
Okay, Hutch, thank you. New details tonight around a storage unit fire that left a man dead over the summer. Police now believe that man was impaired at the time of the fire. Jonathan Lyles died in the storage unit he was living in. Police are now saying he was asleep and possibly under the influence of drugs or alcohol during the fire. The official incident report says Lyles died of smoke inhalation and that amphetamine was found in his blood. Police say the fire was unintentional. A 31-year-old man is now in jail after a bizarre situation where police say he threatened another man with a gun, prompting a standoff. It all started this morning just after midnight in the 1100 block of 22nd Street South. When police got there, they set up a perimeter and tried to talk to the suspect, Arsenio James. At one point, police say James tried to escape through the balcony, but went back in after he noticed a police canine waiting for him. He eventually surrendered to police and was arrested for terrorizing and possession of meth paraphernalia. The Minnesota BCA is investigating a police chase that ended with the driver shooting at officers and eventually shooting himself. It happened in Browerville, a small town northeast of Alexandria, on Tuesday. Authorities say police tried pulling over a guy as part of an investigation, but he kept going, reaching speeds of more than 100 miles an hour. At one point, the driver started shooting at police. No officers were hit. The chase ended when the driver hit a tree. That's when police say the driver shot himself. He was airlifted to a Twin Cities hospital. We do not know if he is still alive. You may have noticed downtown Moorhead is starting to look a little different. There are construction crews working along 1st Avenue North right in front of Junkyard Brewery. Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall found out what's going on and why some residents and businesses might actually enjoy seeing more of these orange cones.
The city of Moorhead hasn't always been everyone's first choice when it comes to starting a new business, but it was for David Hunstad.
When I started my business, for me it was a no-brainer to be in Moorhead. My business is screen printing, embroidery, custom identity products. I tell people, well, I own this business and I'm the landlord for Junkyard Brewery, and they go, oh, that's cool.
He's lived in Moorhead for 30 years, and during that time, he's seen how the city's downtown has changed.
Retail is really hard, and businesses have come and gone. Sometimes we fall into a pattern of thinking that it's harder to do business in Moorhead, and the phrase I like to use is, I think it's different.
And now he's part of that change. with every boom and clang. His property is changing for the better, and it's thanks to a new downtown revitalization program. It's an idea Moorhead developers picked up from their neighbors on the other side of the river.
There's a storefront rehab program in downtown Fargo. There's a Renaissance zone in downtown Fargo. So we use those tools and those policies that were there, tailored it to Moorhead's perspective to help facilitate growth.
And the new policy is working. LaPointe says Moorhead's old policy had 0 applicants. With the updates, there are already 7 businesses looking for an upgrade, which experts say is proof of Moorhead's resurgence.
The program actually was enhanced and made better for my purposes in the last few months, and so that's just been a godsend.
I would say the last 20 years, you did not see a lot of growth in Moorhead. I can say just in our downtown district alone, we've had about 10 projects happening.
Now, Hunstad hopes the changes will inspire more business owners to follow his lead and make Moorhead their home.
I think one of the success stories of Moorhead is this block. People look at what we are doing here on this block and say, oh yeah, there is opportunity in Moorhead.
In Moorhead, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
The storefront rehabilitation program is a forgivable loan program, and it's just one part of the city's revitalization efforts. The city of Moorhead is partnering with Downtown Moorhead, Inc. on a downtown master plan. The $160,000 study is looking into ways the area can develop over the next 15 to 20 years. The study should wrap up around June of 2020. The governor of Minnesota is calling for immediate action to make insulin more affordable for Minnesotans. Governor Tim Walz held a news conference in St. Paul where he made the call. At his side were insulin affordability advocates who also addressed the issue. Walz called on House Democratic and Senate Republican leaders to negotiate a compromise between their competing insulin affordability proposals so he can call a special session.
We have a proposal from the House. We have a commitment from this office. We've agreed to sit down and work out our differences, potentially compromising. And the Republican Senate has said no to a meeting. In fact, they haven't even said no, they just don't respond. And now apparently the response is, we're not willing to do that. You take our bill or nothing.
The Senate GOP proposal calls for requiring drug manufacturers to provide free insulin for up to a year to diabetics whose income is low enough to qualify. House Democrats are focused on getting 90-day emergency insulin supplies to diabetics who can't afford refills. Today, Fargo police opened their doors to a new location. The new headquarters is located at 105 25th Street North and open for record services today at 8 this morning. Lobby hours will be from 8 a.m. to 4:30 Monday through Friday and closed on weekends along with holidays. Several state and local leaders were on hand today to celebrate the completion of one of the major road projects this year. The city of Fargo held a ribbon cutting for the first phase of the Main Avenue Makeover. This phase was complete a few weeks earlier than planned. It's now open for drivers and pedestrians who are traveling between both the Fargo and Moorhead downtown areas. Flags over the U.S. Capitol and White House were lowered this morning in honor of the late Congressman Elijah Cummings. Maryland's 7th District Congressman died overnight at a hospice center in his hometown of Baltimore. A statement from his office says Cummings' death was due to complications concerning long-standing health issues. Longtime friend Representative John Lewis spoke briefly about his friendship with Elijah Cummings.
Elijah was just a wonderful man, smart, gifted, and I don't think we will see his likeness again soon. He was a close and dear and beloved friend.
In 2017, Congressman Cummings spent several months in the hospital, first for his heart, then an infection in his knee. Congressman Cummings was 68 years old. From starting with a simple goal of $50 for clean water, Sawyer Anderson has now raised over $100,000 to bring clean, safe water to more than 10,000 African villagers. Today, she stopped at the Ronald McDonald House to read her book and spend some time with the kids and families staying there.
The kids enjoyed the book, and that's all that matters, is that they enjoyed it. I just love the readings because I get to pause in between when I'm reading and ask them questions, and they always have silly answers and stuff, and that's just fun.
Waterworks was launched nationally 4 months ago and will be translated in Vietnamese and printed in Vietnam. A reminder to join us again this weekend for the Farmers Union Insurance Bison football pregame show. Coverage begins at 1:30 live from the Fargo Dome, with kickoff to follow at 2:30 between the Bison and the Bears on the KVLY and K-Fire Bison Football Network.